Video 10 then, we're going to introduce ourselves to money, which you may or may not have used depending on where you are in your learning. But economics and use of money and calculating with it is a very important part of maths, and certainly one you'll use throughout your life. So let's take a quick look at just what the different values and coins are, and a little bit about them. So firstly, the smaller value coins are counted in units called pennies, or singular for that is pence, and we sometimes write it as a little p after the number as well. With our pennies, there's 100 pennies per one of the larger units of money called a pound. So if I have £1, I've got 100 pence or 100 pennies, whereas if I have 1 penny, I've got 100th of a pound. This coin by here, the 1 penny piece, shows us the smallest value coin. You can see up by here the words at the top, that's telling us that it's 1 penny, but also we've got a number down the bottom. And because, remember what I said is we show the value of it by putting a little p after it, this shows that it's a 1 pence piece. Notice when you go further with your maths, we write it as a decimal, which you'll learn about, but for the moment just keep it as knowing that we put a p after it. Slightly larger than the 2 pence piece, so it's worth obviously twice as much as a 1 pence piece, because 1 add 1 is 2. Again, you've got the 2 pence at the top and the number 2 at the bottom, both brown coins. And next one up, we jump up to the 5 pence piece. It's a bit weird because it's smaller than the others. The first silver coloured coin, again, the written up the top is the 5 pence and the number 5 down the bottom. 10 pence piece with 10 pence up the top and 10 pence down the bottom. Now the 20 pence piece is a bit unusual because it's smaller than the 10 pence piece, but it's got this 7-sided shape. Still got the 20 pence up the top and the 20 at the bottom. And then the biggest coin, which just shows us pennies, is the 50 pence piece. 2 of these per pound, because each of these represents 50 pence. So these are all the coins that are just worth pennies, and a penny, there are 100 pennies to a pound. So what about the pounds then? Well, pounds, the singular of it is pound, and to show the amount of pounds that we got, we put this small pound sign in front of the number. So with the pennies, we put the little p after the number. With the pounds, we put the pound sign before it. And remember that £1 is worth 100 pennies. So for example, this coin by here, which I've got the first one, notice there's no number, it's just the £1 in writing. This coin is the worth £1, and 100 of those little smallest brown coins would be worth the same as this one. Your next coin is the £2 piece, with the writing up by here. The £2 piece is the biggest value coin, because after this we start to use notes for the amount of money. And the 3 main ones are the £5 note, the £10 note, and the £20 note. There is actually a £50 note as well, but we don't tend to use them as often. So those are the different types of coins and notes that you'll need to recognize and be able to use in maths. Also, you'll need to be able to know how to write them with the pound sign and using the p after pennies, and also that there are 100 pennies to a pound.